The White Bear Area Chamber of Commerce and On Location TV19 are proud to present Your Business Matters, dedicated to your business needs. The White Bear Area Chamber is a nonprofit business organization serving as an advocate for the White Bear area and its business community. Now here is the Executive Director of the White Bear Area Chamber and the host of Your Business Matters, Tom Snell.
Welcome to the White Bear Area Chamber of Commerce, Your Business Matters program. Today, I'm fortunate to have with us one of the newer businesses that have moved into White Bear Lake over the past year. As you might have noticed that over the past 12, 13 months in White Bear, we've seen a real resurgence of smaller independent businesses move into our community, which gives this area a real special dynamic that you won't find in other parts of the Twin Cities. And so today we have the owner of the Olive Branch Oil and Spice Company, Bruce Boucher, and thank you so much for coming to our program today. So appreciate it very much. The first question I want to ask you, Bruce, is tell me a little bit about your business. What is it?
Sure. We're a specialty shop that focuses on spices and oils from all over the world. It's one of the things that I thought White Bear would be a great place to bring to. We have a high quality of restaurants and high quality of stores here, and this is one that fits in very well with the community.
So it's a good mix with what we have in our area right now, you think?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Good. Now, is this your first business venture?
No, my wife and I have had several other businesses. She's a massage therapist, and we've had a business in downtown White Bear before in our same location.
Okay.
So
wonderful. So you're familiar with the area then?
Yes, I've been out here 18 years.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Now, where are you located in White Bear?
We're on the shops of 5th and Banning.
Okay.
Our address is 2202 5th Street, Suite 20. We're located right across the street from the post office.
Okay, great. What I want to ask you a few questions about your business and kind of what makes it unique. And I see that you brought a number of items here on our table. And why don't you explain a little bit about what they are?
Sure. What we have is a couple containers that carry our bulk spices. I happen to have over 130 different varieties of herbs, rubs, spices, seasonings. 70% are organic, so we really try to cater in towards product that really isn't easily available. If I may, this one here is a hickory smoked sea salt. And I'll let you get a little whiff of that. This is what I call a campfire.
Ooh, wow.
in a jar.
It does. It smells like a campfire.
It's wonderful.
Right.
And among that, we carry 10 different sea salts. And then this is one of my favorites.
Now this is a salt then?
That is a salt.
Okay.
It is a salt. And we carry both sea-produced and mine salts that come throughout the world. We have Australian, Mediterranean, salts from the Himalayas.
Wow.
And all of them are high in mineral, and they're really wonderful. This is what we call our Sweet Tweety chicken rub. And that
that's got a certain aroma to it. Yes.
A little sweet and spicy to it. It's a wonderful mix, and that's one of the 30 different types of rubs that I carry.
Rubs. Now, this isn't a salt then?
That is not a salt. That is a rub.
What is the difference between, what do you use a rub for?
A rub would be used for either your oven or your grill. You simply pat it on or sprinkle it over, pat it down into the meat, and you let it marinate for a couple hours in the refrigerator.
Okay.
What a rub does is it seals in the juices of whatever meat you're using. And the wonderful thing about rubs, when you cut into it, they flavor the meat, but when you cut into it also, the juices come pouring out. They're just wonderful, and it keeps it very moist.
And this would be used for all different types of...
You could use that on chicken, poultry, any poultry at all would be wonderful for that.
Okay. And then the salt. You mentioned that you've got how many different types of salts?
We have 10 varieties of salts.
10 varieties of salts.
Each one has a different, unique characteristic to it.
Now, I mean, I grew up using one kind of salt, the one with the woman with the...
Martin's table salt.
Right, with the umbrella.
Yes.
And you know, I always had the impression that salt is salt.
It's not.
And explain why that perception isn't correct.
Sure. Salt that is normal table salt is high in sodium, and it's refined.
Well, isn't that what all salt is?
Well, certain salts are higher in minerals, lower in sodium, and they're stronger in taste, so you use less. So it helps those people that are trying to watch their sodium content.
And that's a lot. We take in way too much sodium in this country.
We do. And I carry a lot of my rubs that are salt-free. The reason being is I want people to use their own salt in moderation. And hopefully they're using a high-quality sea salt, so they use a lot less. It has a stronger flavor to it. And you keep your sodiums at a lower level.
So this kind of salt then doesn't taste like typical Morton salt or whatever. I'm not trying to go after one of the competition here. You understand? But I mean, this is really a different type of product than a different.
It really is.
And it gives it. And what can this do to enhance the flavor of food that, for example, something like your traditional table salt can't?
The wonderful thing on like a smoked salt or any of the salts that we use, they can go into soups. You just use less of it. Like a hickory smoked salt would be wonderful, just sprinkled over steaks as you're grilling, just a little bit to enhance that smoke flavor to it. Or one of my favorites is a northern bean soup in the fall. I love having that and adding a little smokiness to that, without having to use a liquid, a chemical smoke, which a lot of people do.
I'd really encourage people to come in and take a look at this. This is a very interesting scent to this salt. So.
Well, it's all about the freshness. We've all have what I call legacy spices in our cupboard. Spices that have been handed down or spices we've had in there for years, and people get afraid of tossing them out because they put an investment in it.
Sure.
The way that we sell our spices is to sell it in a plastic packet. We sell it by bulk, so you can buy just what you need to have. You don't have to take and buy too much. A little bit of that salt goes a very long way, and it keeps it fresh. And
then again, you have 9 different types that
we have 10 different types of
10
salts, 9 different types of peppercorns. I have 130 in total right now, and it's growing. Our selection just keeps growing because as we go seasonally, we bring in things. I have cinnamon from Saigon, which is a wonderful cinnamon. It's got 5% cinnamon oil in it, and it's considered one of the best cinnamons you can buy. We have fresh lavender. Restaurants in the area are using our lavender for their salads.
Oh, they are? Like local restaurants in White Bear Lake?
Local restaurants in White Bear Lake use our product. They come on in and they buy our product daily. And they're using our you'll see them in the restaurants around the area. You'll see our bottles and our products.
That's wonderful. That's a good venue. That speaks very well for your company. Now, tell me about a few of the other things on the table. I see you've got some of these things.
These are pastas. I brought in a Vino Rosso linguine, right? And a parsley garlic, and then our black olive linguine. These are pastas that we bring on in. We package under our label. We have recipes inside the wrappers with it. They're just absolutely wonderful flavored pastas that go well with our oils.
That is really incredible.
We also have gluten-free pastas because there's a lot of our large portion of our society that needs to watch out for gluten-free, and all of our spices and pastas are gluten-free.
Now, how many different kinds of pastas do you have?
We have I should rephrase it. We have 3 pastas that are gluten-free.
Okay.
We have 12 that are flavored that are used with wheat, so they would have gluten.
Okay, and you can use other products from your company to help enhance the pasta then.
Absolutely. We have, which is wonderful, we have fresh breads baked daily for us by Chez Arnaud's, which is the French bakery.
The French bakery up in White Bear.
They're wonderful. They're an absolute high quality, wonderful restaurant.
Right.
Our spices can go with our pastas, and I even have I have an olive oil that is a sun-dried tomato Parmesan garlic.
Oh,
if you
may I try that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, this is really, it's very...
It's got a wonderful garlic,
it does.
Parmesan mix to that.
Yeah.
And that we just pour straight over our pasta and use that as a side. It's very light. You're getting the right quality of you're getting no carbohydrates and a right quality of fat, which is the proper fats. You're not getting high cholesterol to it.
Oh, great, wonderful. And this is and you would use this type of, you'd use this one then for the type of pasta that you mentioned. This would be like a go-over pasta or
That
dip
could go,
it,
it
or?
could be dipped in bread. It can go over pasta. It's just a wonderful, it's a wonderful flavored olive oil.
And what is it called again?
That is our sun-dried tomato Parmesan garlic.
Wonderful, okay.
And then this, I'm really proud of. This is a varietal, which is a non-infused, non-flavored oil. This one comes from Arizona. It is what we call our Manitoba Reserve. It's got a very buttery note to it at the end. And then if you feel on the back of your throat, you'll notice there will be a little pepper sensation to it on the back. That's telling you have a great extra virgin olive oil. You'll see a lot of places, you know, they'll say it's EVOO. You know, that's the acronym used for extra virgin olive oil. It's very important to make sure where you're buying it and where it's coming from. I've been to this grove. I've gone through the mills and gone through the process of how they made it. I've watched them make it. So I know exactly where it is, and I can stand by these products, which is wonderful.
It's almost like you're buying a fine wine.
It actually is, and that is the funny thing about olives. Throughout the world, olives are grown, and every one, you can have the same olive grown in a different country, different region, and it's just like a grape. It pulls up things from the soil, and it gives it a different flavor.
So different olives in different parts of the world the olive oil tastes different.
Correct, correct. Now, next to you on the next one down here, this is our traditional balsamic vinegar. The true 18-year traditionals, which everyone talks about, come from Medina, and it's a wonderful aged balsamic vinegar. That's where these balsamics
really
come from. They're grown in the traditional way or processed in the traditional way. All balsamics are made from white grape. It's in a region, mid-central Italy, and that's where all the high-quality balsamics come from. And as I tell everybody, it's buyer beware. You can go in the grocery store and find a big bottle of balsamic, and you're going to get what you pay for. It's going to be, you know, rather watered down. And ours are very thick, and ours are aged out for 10 to 12 years.
10 to 12 years aged. 10 to 12 years.
10 to 12 years.
Why does that make a difference?
Balsamics, vinegars get better with age. It's just like a wine, just like you said. And the longer they're aged in oak, or they can be cherry wood, it can be aged in whatever cask they use, it draws out more flavors. The real true wonderful balsamics are 18, 25, and 50 year. And they'll cost you, on an 18 year, it'll cost you $120 a bottle for a 3-ounce bottle.
Wow. Of
a real pure 18-year aged. The 25 and 50s go into the hundreds of dollars.
Are you ever going to offer, or at least let people see, the balsamics at that level, do you think?
I could bring on in balsamic at that level if there is a desire to have it. You know, right now the desire isn't quite there yet to get into something.
To show it.
The chefs would actually probably like to have something like that, but use a dropper. You pour it out like we do. You would use a dropper on something aged that long.
Oh, just drop a couple little drops.
And the fig notes and the beautiful grape notes that come out of that are just amazing. There's a huge difference between that and what everyone else says. The last one here, this is a favorite of mine for the summertime. This is our white, it's a 12-year-old white strawberry peach. That has been a favorite in the White Bear area.
This is really, this one is really good. I think this is my favorite one.
Yep, it's very refreshing. It's wonderful to use on a spinach salad with shaved almonds and some blue cheese crumbled in there.
Would you use this just like a salad dressing then?
Use it just like a salad dressing.
Wow.
You wouldn't have to mix it with anything. You can just mix it right on in. A few extra strawberries or over a fruit. We're at our shop for Market Fest.
Yep.
We've been doing different cakes using our olive oils, flavored olive oils, and our balsamics reduced down, pouring over as a drizzle, as a glaze on it. And people are just swinging on through and having a wonderful time sampling those.
So you have, and then how many of these different, these are different oils, right?
The balsamics?
Right, yes.
The balsamics, I carry 18 varieties.
Okay.
So 18 different flavored balsamics, and on the oils we carry 22 different varieties of olive oils.
And again, I just want to separate this, the balsamics from the oils. The oils are essentially used for what then? They would be used
Oils
for...
can be used for cooking. They
Okay.
can be used for dipping, used
Right.
in salads. You
Do
know.
you use an oil like a salad dressing? Or?
Yes, you can. Our
can.
oils, the reason why you can use it cooking or as a salad dressing, because our oils are extremely low in acidity.
Okay.
And that's the one thing that makes a great olive oil. When you have an olive oil and it has an acidity of 0.8 or less, you're not going to have a bitterness to the back of the throat. And some people will go and they'll buy oils from the grocery store, let's just say. And they don't know where they're getting it from. They'll say a product of Italy, but not all oils that are products of Italy are made in Italy. They're made from all over and brought to Italy and then shipped to the U.S. So I don't carry an Italian olive oil currently because I haven't found one that really I know
comes from Italy.
Comes truly from Italy. I'm very careful about what I bring in. The oils that we bring in, I have one from Morocco, which is the base of all of our flavored oils.
Yeah.
I have a Greek, I have a Spanish, I have an organic out of California, and I have 2 from Arizona, and these are just straight oils. Of the balance of our oils that we have, the other 18, those are all infused, and they're infused with our Moroccan olive oil. And the reason why we use that oil is it's very low in acidity. It's got a 0.1 or less on its acidity level.
Is Morocco then, would that be considered one of the top areas in the world for
a very low acidic, wonderfully flavored olive oil? And we've tasted around. That's where we've found, traveling through Europe is where we found our love for olive oil and the Mediterranean
That'd be a
diet.
nice way to travel, to open up a business to check out the olive oil and different...
It's not bad. It's not a bad way to find out how to do it.
Right, and then you get a little bit whatever. But these are really, really good. Now this is...
This is Minnesota wild honey.
Oh, okay.
It's raw honey, and one of the things about honey that we bring on into our store, raw honey is met with bees in the area, and you find that it's a little golden in color. It's got pollens that are made from bees in this area, and it helps children that are allergic or have allergic reactions, helps build that immunity, because the pollen is actually in the honey itself from local bees, from local plants that would cause allergies.
Could help somebody that has allergies or hay fever then.
It does. It helps build their immunity to maybe have a little less effect of their allergy.
Wow. And does it taste different than the regular honey that you buy?
It's still that wonderful, sweet, loving taste of honey. You still have, there's more of a richness, I think, when it's raw honey than when it is a processed honey.
I didn't even know there was a difference between...
Oh, there are. We have some great
honey. I thought honey was honey, but...
we have some great beekeepers in the Minnesota area.
Oh, it's interesting. Wow. And so you sell this too, that in your store?
Yes, we do.
Wild honey, unprocessed honey. Excellent, excellent. And these are olives?
These are olives. We bring these up from Arizona.
Tell me a little bit about these olives.
The olives come from Queen Creek in Arizona. It's a wonderful Phoenix area olive grove. Visited down there last year and found they are a single source olive grove, which means no other olives are brought in or produced with their oils. They follow as close to as any organic farm can in Arizona. They're not certified organic because in Arizona you have to be away from 30 miles from any farm that uses pesticides.
Really?
It's that far. But they follow all the rules of an organic. Everything is used on the farm and put back into the farm. So nothing is brought in chemically wise to enhance everything.
Wow, that's really incredible. Do you have any specialties that you would recommend that people would use with these types of olives?
Martinis.
Okay. All right.
We're amazed now. People will come on in and they're opening up olives. They're buying a jar of olives and they're eating them right out of the jar, walking out of the store.
Right.
People love olives. It's just one of those savory things that's always nice to have. But they take them on home, and I've been told that the martinis are building up pretty fast in White Bear Lake.
All right. Well, that's good. That's great to hear. Now, I want to just ask you a couple questions here before we conclude our interview about different food items again. And I just want you to kind of give your recommendation on some things. Somebody's going to grill a couple of steaks. What would you, and then they come to your business, what might you tell them to consider if they are going to do something like that for something to put on top of the steak while they're grilling it?
Sure. Besides the normal rubs that we carry and the seasonings,
Yeah.
A wonderful thing to use on steaks is our balsamics. Vinegars act as a tenderizer. So our traditional, or even like an espresso flavored, brushed on over a steak in the last few minutes, will glaze it and give it that sealed off, sweet, kind of crunchy glaze on top of a steak.
Okay.
And it's wonderful. We'll take like that strawberry peach on the end, and you can marinate your chicken in that.
Oh, wow. And that's the next thing I was going to ask you is about chicken. So like if I was going to grill chicken, I could use that and marinate the chicken in before I put it on the grill then.
Absolutely. We have for oils, we have both an orange, a blood orange, and a lime, and a lemon olive oil, which all go well with fish. And you can just grill your fish using our oils, and it gives it that nice lemony or orange flavor to it.
That's great. Now, if anybody wants to get a hold of you, what's your phone number, and do you have a email address and or a website?
We do. Website's being built, but you can email us at shops@theolivebranchmn.com.
Okay.
And our phone number is 651-653-2207.
Wonderful. Well, I really appreciate this interview. It was very enlightening. And again, this is Tom Snell from the White Bear Area Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
You've been watching Your Business Matters. For more information on this program or the White Bear Area Chamber, visit www.whitebearchamber.com or call 651-429-8593.